I know. You want to get up and go outside? You want to go outside with me? Come on. Let's go. Oh boy. Let's get going here. Let's see how nice the weather is today. Oh, but it's super nice out. All right, you go ahead, sweetie. Go ahead. What you doing, girl? What you got over there? You want a donut? You want a little donut, pumpkin? You want a little bit of a treat? Oh boy, here we are. That's right, let me get you. You dropped a little bit right there. Did you a little more? There you go, sweetie. I just love your Yoda ears. You're the cutest thing ever. It is a bright morning. I set up my tent over here, that way I can, if I need to leave camp, I can do so and don't have to worry about anybody snaking my spot. With me? Come here, let's chop some firewood. I want to break these pieces down, girl. You want a stick? Let me do it one-handed, right next to the tent. Right there. Sierra, you want a stick? Guess not. All right, we've got a coyote over here, and it doesn't seem very afraid of me or Sierra. It just kind of walked by real slow and just looked at us, real nonchalant. So I came back to camp to grab the camera to see if maybe we could get it on film. So we'll see if we can. This wind is starting to kick up a little bit. Sorry about the audio. But he was right over here, and Sierra was like wagging its tail, or wagging her tail at him. And see, you're over here. Come on, stay close. Let's see. Where are you at, Mr.? Oh, there he is. I don't know if you can see him. He's off over there. So let's go over here and see if. Come on, stay with me. See if we can intercept him, because he was pretty friendly. I mean, looked like when it was walking past, it literally was like 10 feet from camp, and I didn't have the camera ready then. See, over here, Pumpkin. Sierra, over here. No, no, no. Over here with me. Come here. Yeah, there it is. See it right in those bushes right there, and it's starting to walk away. Sierra, stay with me. No. Back here. No. Stay with me. You're being a good girl. Stay with me. Come on, right here. Come here. It's okay. It's okay, little bug. There we go. Got it right there in front of us. I don't know if you can see it walking away there, but it's real friendly. Hey, buddy. You're okay. We don't mean any harm. We were just walking around and we saw you. You sure look healthy. It's okay, Sierra. Don't worry. Oh, wow. And then there's a... What is that, a little badger? Wow, look at that. Sierra, stop. They're traveling together. That's amazing. I've never seen that before. Let's go over here and see if we can see this. Sierra, stay back. See, there's a badger right there. Not a badger, I'm sorry. Is it a badger? I think it is, yeah. Right there on the ground, going that way. And it's traveling with that coyote. That's amazing. I've never seen two animals like that are different species travel together in that fashion. So we're gonna get out of here because it's spooking Sierra a little bit. Come on, let's go this way, babe. Come on. But I hope that y'all could see that on the film here. Yeah, see, it's running away over there. Sierra, back here, no. So it's running away. All right, so we're in good shape. Let's go. Come on, Sierra, let's go this way. That was cool. I was kind of wondering, good girl, you're a good girl. I was kind of wondering why that coyote was going along so incredibly slow. And it's because I was waiting for that, I think it was a badger. I think that's what that was. So I'm gonna go back and look it up online and just make sure. Hey, Sierra, let's go this way. Let's go right to camp. And I was wondering why Sierra was sniffing so much around camp, and that's why, because those two animals were close by. That was an eventful morning walk out. Yeah, you can see it. Tell you what, I really wish I had a better zoom. All right, come on, Sierra, let's go this way. Yeah, it was cool. I am so impressed with you, girl. You stuck with me. You didn't go up there, try to charge those animals, and you stayed back, and you are a good girl. Come here, let me see you. You're just a good girl. Yes, you are. All right, let's go back and do this overview of the solar real quick. And then we can go on a walk down in the little valley down there, the little ravine that we have. We've got our own little area to go hiking, which is great. And it's down in this little ravine down there. Hey, come on, sweetie. Right behind camp, and there's a little trail that from the campsite that goes out there. So it's really nice because in the morning time, that's where I go down and I take Sierra down for like her morning walk when we get out of the truck. And so we went down there this morning and it was really nice. It's nice and cool down there. And I think today it's supposed to get a little bit warmer. And so, you know, with the midday sun being a little bit intense, I'll probably go down there and hang out. So we'll get some video down there. I'll take the drone down there too and try to slowly go through the area so that you can see what it's like hiking through there. It's really pretty. But this view that I have, I mean, I cannot tell you how much I love this view with all these massive red rocks and these huge, just, you know, formations, these rock formations way off in the distance. The sunsets around here are just incredible. And, you know, the whole sky, like these Arizona skies will just fill up with sun and different color right as the sun's going down. And sure does look really cool. So, hey, Sierra, come over here, babe. Come on. All right, let's go over to solar. All right, hey, what's up, everybody? So I upgraded my power. I wanted a bigger battery bank so I could stay out longer. The Jackery was working fine. I mean, there was nothing wrong with that battery at all, but it only had about 24 amp hours. And for me, that's about a day and a half. And if I'm just doing normal use. And so I wanted something to where I could be out like 5 or 6 days. And I was able to talk to this company, Max Oak. I saw Phil from Down to Mob. You know, he had that battery that he reviewed for him, and it actually fits perfect behind the little storage area that I built behind Sierra's bed when I ripped out the back seats of my truck. And so when I saw that, I was like, that's the battery I need to get, because I looked at the dimensions and it's exactly the width of what I built back there. And I didn't do it on purpose, but I was meaning to put a battery behind there, and I kept on looking at these other batteries and they were all like square shaped. And so anyway, so I got the Max Oak. It was quite the ordeal to get it shipped here just with shipping, but it's all good. Got that squared away. And then what I did for the continual power, instead of recharging it off of the inverter and having to run my truck, which is an option, I mean, I can do that, and it provides about 160 watts of continuous power from the 400 watt inverter in here into the battery itself. But instead of going that route and burning through gas all the time and just idling my truck, which I know is not good for the engine, I went with a Renogy or Renogy. What is it? Renogy, R-E-N-O-G-Y. This is the same stuff that Foresty Forest had on his, or has on his van. And so when I saw that, it seems like it's treating him well, I thought, well, these will work for me too. And this was super easy to install. It was just basically plug and play. On the underside here, I'll show you, these are where the cords come out that you attach to a, you have like a DC to something cord. I can't remember what it's called, but it's the adapter that clamps on. I've got them, they're actually just right underneath here. They clip right into this adapter, and that cord goes down and goes into the battery over there. So we'll go over the battery here in a second. But the panel itself, it's 100 watts. It's mounted, what I used were just electrical hose clamps, and these screws, when you screw this in from this side and go over here, it self locks it. And then I've got locking bolts up here that are holding the panel on. So I've got those in 4 different spots, and this thing, I mean, it's not moving. Like it's on there. This is moving my whole truck right now when I'm pulling this thing. So I've got those clamps on. It was really easy to do. I just had to bend them a little bit angled this way, and then this one I had to bend it just a tad bit as well, just to make them fit, because the screws didn't line up perfect with the crossbars here. But overall, it's great. It's just clamped on there, and this is just temporary until I get that other topper, and then I'll switch out the kind of panel configuration. I'll probably add another panel too, and that way I can just continually run just high energy things if I need to, and be able to do it renewable, but you know, with solar. But let's go ahead and look at this here. I'm going to switch and put the GoPro on a let's see, should I put it on the tripod? Yeah, I think I'm gonna put it on the tripod, and I'll prop this door open. That way we can look at everything here, and I can have both hands free. So let me power this down real quick. All right, so here's the battery. It's about 40 pounds. It's 1500 watt hour, 101 amp hour battery, so it's pretty robust. And the reason why I like it is, like I was saying, is it's real slender here. So it's only about 6.5 inches across for the total width, which this portion right here, if I pull up the tripod here and look in the area where I can store this, which makes it super convenient, by the way, because the pass-through, when it's open, I can just pull in here and, you know, work with this when it's right behind, stored here. But this opening here is 6 inches, 6 3/4 inches. So I've got 1/8 of an inch on either side, which is great, because then I'm able to pad both sides of this and make sure it doesn't jostle around the back. What I'm doing right now is I've got like a towel that I'm putting on both sides, which is fine because the vents are in the front, and then also I'll show you the back side, show you how those vents are. So as long as those are clear, you know, your battery will be okay and it won't overheat. But you don't want to put anything in front of those vents, because it can overheat your battery, and then you could have a problem on your hands. So this battery, like I was saying, 101 amp hour, I could pretty much run this on one charge. I could run everything in my truck here, including like a computer and a drone and cell phone booster, and then I ended up getting an iPhone 7, but it's not hooked up. It's just to run the drone. And all this stuff, including, let's see, what else do I have? Oh, I've got my router. So I can do all that for about 5 days, which is great if I do normal consumption. Now, if I'm doing like limited consumption, if I'm conserving energy, I could probably go 6. So the front here, it's got this little readout. So let me, let's see, I'm gonna pull this off. And I'll show you, I'm not lined up perfectly with the sun right now, but I'm pretty close, and we're pulling in 83 watts from that 100 watt panel. The most that I've seen pull in from the panel is actually 90, I think it was 94 watts when I was in Durango, because I like the panel was kind of angled at an angle and the sun was coming down directly on it. So right now the panel's angled down this way and the sun's over there, so it's not hitting it direct. Now the ARB fridge, it's going on max right now because the compressor's on, so you can see it was pulling 30 watts from the direct current. This is direct current right here of how many watts you're pulling and your consumption. This is alternating current, and you can turn those off over here. So if you're just using, say, your direct current, you don't have to have your AC on. But the direct current powers all the different USB down here. And one thing I really like about this, which I didn't know, I didn't really realize this had this, but you know, I use a MacBook, and the power cord for the MacBook is the new USB-C. Or I don't know if they, actually that's not USB-C, just whatever this power C cord is. You can just plug it right into the battery and then take your other end and plug it right into your computer, and you don't need to have the let's see, is that powered on DC? Oh, it's not plugged in, that's why. Sorry. You don't need to have the big charging base, like that big thing to plug into the wall. So here you can just do it directly off the computer, which I think is really great. Another thing too is this is the same size cord that powers the GoPro that I'm using. And so I can just use this cord in conjunction with this, put it in there, and it quick charges the battery. Which probably isn't the greatest for the GoPro battery, but I mean, it's all right. Those things are cheap. So I've got my fridge plugged in. The input comes in right here. It's just your typical solar input plug. So this is really plug and play. I seriously just took this out of the box, put it back behind here, you know, installed the solar on the roof, screwed it on, and then plugged it in and drove to Arizona, and I was good to go. So I'm really pleased about that, about the simplicity of it. Now, if you notice on the front side here, we don't have any of the 110 plugs, and that's because they're located on the back side. And at first, I thought that was a little bit weird, because I was like, well, why isn't it all in the front? But I've actually found it to be more convenient, because that way you don't have so many cords in one spot. Because, you know, if you had it all in the front here, then you've got this cord coming in. You definitely want to keep your fridge plugged in. You probably want to keep your computer cord plugged in. So that's three cords already. You don't want to add 4 more and then add two additional 110s down here. I mean, that would be too much. And so what they did was on the back here, let's go on to the back side. I'm gonna pull it here. This thing is heavy. You can see that these are where the plugs are. And so, you know, like I was saying, you want to keep these vents clean or clear, so that way the battery doesn't overheat. But I've got my router and then the DJI plugged in right there, and it's really easy to go. The handle on it's real sturdy, and so I like that. I'm able to easily pull this up out of here and then get it out if I need to. But having it situated behind here is super convenient, because then I just do the pass through into the topper here, and I can have all of my cords, or I can have my devices just, you know, just coming right through here, which is great. And so I've always got power available. And with this big of a battery bank, I mean, we're at right now, let's see, okay, so we're at it's like 60%, but that's about the lowest that I've been on there. Whoops, what am I doing? All right, we're good. That's what the lowest I've been is, like 60%. But now that the sun's pretty much overhead and all that power is coming in, we'll be good to go. I've been using a lot of power this morning, so you know the solar doesn't kick on right when the sun comes up. You have to have it kind of hitting the panel at the right angle. But everything's going good with the solar. I'm very pleased with it. It's just a game changer to have that, because now I can stay out for like, I mean, I can stay out pretty much indefinitely, because as long as I have enough food, if I have access to water, I've got plenty of power. And then I've got a new bumper coming, because I ran into pole. I backed into a little pole. So got a high clearance bumper coming with, it's going to carry 2 jerry cans and then a 5-pound propane tank and a stainless steel 5-pound propane tank. And then also has a drop down table, which is going to be real nice, and a tire carrier. So once I get that, you know, with the extra gas, I'll be able to stay out really a long time. And as long as I find a water source, I can use my high volume water purifier and jam through that. And, you know, like canned goods and stuff like that, you could have that for, I mean, you could have no supplies for a month and just stay out. So I'm really excited for that. And the power was just something that I needed to do. So let's go down to the meadow down there. I want to take Sierra on a walk. I think she's getting kind of antsy and she's out sniffing around. I don't want her to run into those coyotes. Let's go down there. We'll take the drone down there and go do some cool shots. And then when we come back, I want to try to run a couple power tools and like a shop vac off of the battery here and see if I can handle it. So, but let's go down there first. It's getting kind of hot and I want to get out of the sun. Are you taking a little nap? You were taking a nap underneath the tree, weren't you? Let's go on a walk. You want to go on a walk? Let's go. You want to go? Let's go down here. Come on. Cool. A little wet area down here, a little riparian area. Oh, cool. Check this out. There's a little bit of water down here. I got in a pinch, I can make a seep and purify the water. I love these little green belts here through, and there's like some flowers on the ground over here. Let's check this out. I see them starting to come up. There's a bunch more over here. Let's get this drone up in the air and get a little fly through in this area.